Time for another video to address this skies falling Democratic strategy, fear mongering, fear tactics to get black people to vote for them and all this stuff. I don't know why y'all people think white supremacists storming the Capitol building scares foundational black Americans, freedmen. I don't know why y'all think they're scared us. Why are they supposed to scare us? We've been telling y'all, Tethers and others, about racism all this time. Why would y'all think we are afraid of that? Y'all are the ones who are afraid of it. The ones who wouldn't listen to what we're talking about. That's why all that stuff y'all talking don't work, man. Fear-mongering strategy, that stuff don't work, man. We already know about this stuff. We've been telling y'all about it. Trying to prepare y'all for it. So some of us out here want the shit to go down, man. Like, y'all really don't understand our spirit, man. We not like y'all. We not, we don't just let shit, slide and all this stuff. See, the reason why FBA don't really retaliate against white supremacists like that, because it's not enough. It's not enough of the murders happening at once. See, the white supremacists, they're very careful with how they take out black people. They don't take out whole clusters. Well, every now and then you have a big mass shooting and all that stuff. But it's not enough to stir us up. But that's gonna change, and even a few is gonna make us react. So it's like right now we just cleaning house, man. We becoming stronger. See, when FBA become more stronger, close knit, start networking more, it'll be like the 40 plus 50 million of us will be more like family. Family oriented. Even though we're not blood kin, so if something do happen, that's when we're gonna start jumping to arms. A lot of y'all get scared on hearing that, but it gotta be that way. You're never gonna stop a bully from attacking you and bullying you by trying to talk them down, man. They don't have that kind of morality, and morality is just really relative. It's just relative, man. Whoever has the might is gonna flex on it, gonna use it. It's not really good and evil. It's whoever has the power. Let's get into the Bible a little bit. Whenever I speak to Christians about my new train of thought and what I've gained over the years, it kind of alarm them. They say, "Well, I can't accept that." Morality, I tell them morality is just it's relative. It's relative. Might determines who's right. Now we've heard that saying before. Might determines who's right, but they can't accept it. I said, God proves in the Bible. God proves that might determines who's right. If you don't do what God says, what does God do? Show you who's the boss, right? It's always been that way, folks. Might determines who's right. It's not all this thing about morality and all this stuff we make up. Morality is based on feelings, man. And a sense of morality is built around the strong one. Whoever the strongest in the group, they set the standards for morality. Who should be merciful? The laws of the land. Who should be judge, jury, executioner? The legal ages of things, of people, sexual consent. Might determines who's right. I just need to dwell on that fact, man. Everything, the stronger thing always defeats the weaker thing. That's just the way it is, man. So it's like when you know that, when you come to the awareness or the conclusion of that, you understand that dealing with the white supremacists, man, you can't. You're not gonna be able to talk them down. Now And yeah, they got the right now. Their might got us beat. But what have we been doing? See, might comes in different forms. See, time has all day. Time, history, change has all day. There's no end to time. So, in a sense, we're withering the system of white supremacy down over time. Somebody say, how is that mighty then? It's mighty because it's withering it down little by little. Might doesn't necessarily have to come in one strong wave at once. It's weakening. Think of it like a poison. I'm not saying that what we're doing is bad. See, based on our morality of the oppressed, to us, white supremacy is bad. To white society at large, it's not. See the morality shift? It's a different morality coming from both sides. But we've slowly, to them it's poison. What we're doing is poison. We're slowly poisoning the system of white supremacy by chipping away at it. So when it's defeated, that in itself will be the proof that might determines who's right. Our poison was strong enough to wither the system of white supremacy down. See how it works, folks? So back to you tellers. You guys don't contribute to the poison, to wither away white supremacy. That's the problem we have with y'all. Y'all wanna be resistant to the poison. Y'all wanna block the poison. See, but we're not afraid of white people storming the Capitol and all that. Actually, that's a good thing, believe it or not. It's a good thing because stuff like that speeds up the poison against white supremacy. When you see it, you can't deny it. Man, look at all these racist white people. You can't make nobody racist, man. It is what it is. If a lot of you people believe white people are good, why would you think they would turn bad? Because Trump or somebody, some clansman said something to them. Why would they flip coat like that? Why would they turn coat? If they're already good and don't believe in practicing racism, wouldn't they stand on the other side with us? No, they don't. It's because it's already in them. But you tellers know that, though. Y'all so scared, y'all just want to find some kind of reason to hate us, to hate poison against white supremacy. Y'all so much of a coward, man. Y'all rather blame us because we're creating poison against the system of white supremacy. And the fact that makes you guys agents working against us. And we shouldn't have no kind of qualms or mercy with dealing with y'all. Y'all don't really understand, man. When y'all work against us who are working against white supremacy, y'all are agents of white supremacy, whether y'all acknowledge that or not. Y'all are indirectly working with them against us. And we really shouldn't have no kind of, mercy if anything bad happened to y'all. We should just let it happen, man, because it ain't no enemy, no two enemies working together. We're not gonna let that happen, man. Y'all working with the white supremacists, man. Complaining about what we doing, telling us to stop. We don't need reparations. Y'all are enemies, man. And y'all don't understand really, man, like, this is a war. This is really a war. This is the race war. You hear white supremacists, y'all call them extremists. They talk about the Raho and all that. It's been going on for hundreds of years. This is a race war. It's a long, drawn-out war. And y'all aiding and abetting. You tellers, y'all aiding and embedding the enemy, white supremacists. The hundreds of millions of white supremacists, billions of white supremacists on this planet. And despite what we hear, we hear things like white race is dwindling. That's not necessarily true. That's what they put out, man. I don't believe that. You got a lot of conscious black people saying the white race birth numbers is down. They only say that so white people can galvanize and start producing more babies. Not because they don't produce enough. I see white people with white babies. It's like, why would the enemy admit to a weakness? See what I'm saying, folks? You got to be smarter than that, man. The white supremacists, they didn't get on top out of luck, man. Yeah, they're gonna put out stories and studies saying, you know, the white birth numbers is down. You got these things being said over racist media stations and stuff like that, man. The enemy doesn't. They won't tell you their weakness. It's like saying, it's like you at war. You telling your enemy where your weakest at. Oh, it's just a war cry, rallying cry. It's just to, you know, galvanize other white people. You know, basically telling them this cold speech. Yeah, y'all got to factor in where white people are located, and y'all got to factor in the percentage of their population in these locations. Russia is about 99.99% white people. Russia, full of white people. Australia, full of white people. 90-something%. Europe is like probably like 70% white people there. Great Britain and all that. The United States, we're outnumbered. Black people outnumbered. There's hundreds of millions of white people stacked on top of us. South America, tons of millions of white people, man. South Africa, I don't know, you know, it's not mostly white people there, so y'all get the picture, man. Like, you can't believe the white race is dying out when I just named off 1 billion white people right there. And you got most black people. Yeah, it's more black people around. But when you got like 1 billion white people, how are they dying off, man? Not dying off. Somebody reproducing. Like, don't fool yourself. It'll take a long time for something like that to happen. You have to decimate the population and keep on reducing the population, white population, for them to die out, man. That's a lot of people, man. 1 billion. That's at least 1 billion white folk. And those, you know, all the countries combined. Then they can get with some Asians, Chinese, and stay relatively white. That's another 2 billion. Man, y'all need to stop falling for the games, man. The tricks, man. There's a lot of tricks out here. A lot of deception. Make y'all think that the white race is dying out. And that's a form of dropping your guard, man. Don't believe that, man. Yeah, they probably have some issues or something. But how is it a threat when there's 300-something, when there's like 200-something million white people over black people here, man? You can say, well, they're not all Anglo. But even Adolf Hitler told us what the true white race is. Blonde hair, blue eyes. So, what that tell you? It's not really about being Anglo. It's about what white people, what they accept. It's what they're willing to accept as whiteness. It's not about what Adolf Hitler said. Those are the extremists who would say that. But society is not run by a bunch of blonde-haired, blue-eyed white folks. You don't really see them too much. A real blue-eyed white person, blonde hair, a natural blonde, blue-eyed white person, you don't really see them like that. Society is not really ran off of those varieties. The white folks. Those so-called pure white folks. So I'm just letting y'all know, man. I know this kind of drawn out, but I'm doing other things at once. But we're not afraid of all that racism and all that, the wars and all that. If you jump off, you jump off. What you gonna do, Tethers? What y'all gonna do? Cower under the bed and cry to us? Oh, y'all gonna have to fight then. Scary ass niggas. To be continued.